I don't know if it's just me, but every time a new trailer comes out for any of these new AAA games, I get even less hyped than I was before. A good example is the Wolverine game that's about to come out here soon. When that trailer first came out, I was super hyped for it because I love X-Men, I love Wolverine, but the more that comes out about that game and the more I kind of dive into like what Insomniac is about and what they've done, I can't even find myself in any way excited for that game whatsoever. And I'll talk more about that later in the video, but I first want to talk about this new EDay trailer that just came out. And I've been kind of going hard on this game. I know it's not out yet, but I want the game to be good. I've been playing Gears for over half my life at this point. And my biggest fear about this game is that it's going to be plagued with modernity and this bullshit feminist narrative that every single AAA game wants to shove down everybody's throat these days. And if you're already mad about what I'm saying, probably just click off the video. This isn't for you. You're not the target audience. You are the modern audience. You're who these games are made for, which is like probably 20 to 40% of gamers at this point that either agree with all the social politics being forced upon everybody playing these games, or you will just accept any kind of game as long as it has your favorite title plastered on the front cover, which is fine, by the way. I'm making my videos for a pretty specific group of people. You know, the exact thing that AAA games have no idea how to recognize. And that's quite literally the essence of the problem. If you can't look at a game like Gears of War and recognize, oh, this is probably for a male audience, a predominantly male audience that, you know, want to play a game about the self-imposed downfall of humanity, brotherhood, themes of loss and desperation, things that are all generally uninteresting to women, then you're just a straight up fucking retard. I don't know what else to tell you. And I've made 2 videos about this game already, and now that this trailer's out, I'm even more vindicated than I was before. We have, get this, a woman leader for the team. Whoa, surprising. Nobody saw that one coming. Another huge surprise here is that she's ugly as fuck. Bro, you just like, what are we doing? And the only kind of people that are amused by this kind of shit are these wife guys that just have no balls at all. They think we should live in this egalitarian society where everyone's equal and men and women don't have any differences whatsoever. Hey, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but women and men are different. They are different. They might be equally important, but they are totally different biologically, and I don't know why we keep pretending like they're the exact same. And is there anything that the lore geeks can even come at me for about this? If you look it up in the books, it's really uncommon for women to be in leadership roles like this, you know, much like real actual life. Surprise. And this girl is supposed to be the equivalent to Hoffman in this game, I'm assuming. And again, you can make whatever argument you want, but arguably the best 2 games in the franchise had not a single woman on the battlefield. And you might be asking, how do we fix this problem in gaming? Is AAA gaming ever going to be the same again? Probably not. I'll put up on the screen right now the credits to Gears of War 2. And if you've played the Gears of War games, you know that this is undeniably the best Gears of War. And you tell me what you notice. I'm not gonna say it.
We know I can't say that.
Okay, fine, I'll say it. It's all white dudes. Go poop your diaper in the comments. I really don't care. That's just what it is, bro. And my argument here isn't only hire white guys. My argument is to hire people that know what they're doing, have experience, and understand the source material. And this concept has been kind of thrown out the door for the sake of diversity and multiculturalism. And so I think as a community, the only way to come back from this is to literally just stop buying these games. And you could say I'm a hypocrite for buying it, but I'm buying it just so I could review it to tell other people to not buy it. I want to deconstruct these games and tell you why exactly they're dog shit and why these developers have no fucking idea what they're doing anymore. You'd think to get hired at a studio like the Coalition owned by Microsoft, you'd have to have some sort of portfolio showing, hey, look, I worked on this game, I worked on that game, I'm proven to know what I'm doing. Clearly the fuck not, because no matter how many franchises like this get tanked because of wokeness, feminism, and modernity, they still don't listen. And when they do listen, they'll do the opposite of what you want in spite of you not wanting that. Take the director of Spider-Man 2, for example. This guy came out on a podcast and just straight up said that he didn't care about what everybody wanted. When I finished the 2018 Spider-Man, my biggest critique about the game was the MJ missions. They were totally unnecessary, boring as fuck, just no point of them being there at all. And he's on this podcast and says, yeah, I know that, and then just says he doesn't give a shit.
Let's talk about the MJ missions a little bit.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Because you made her like the most OP character in the game. Let's just get it out there.
She's OP.
One shot everybody.
She's OP.
How did those come together? Like, what was the?
So I knew that those missions weren't the fan favorites coming out of Spider-Man 1. And we had two choices. We could say, all right, we'll make it easy on us and just not do it. And everybody would go, great, no MJ missions. And if she's a little OP, I don't give a shit. She's fun. I don't care. I wanted her. I felt like it would be taking the easy way out if we didn't make her play to the point where I said, we're going to do it. I don't care. We'll cut other stuff.
And he did exactly that, delivered more MJ missions that nobody wanted, boring as shit, and made the game fucking even worse than it already was. And the Spider-Man 2 story and everything about it, besides the gameplay, just sucked balls. And this is the same company, by the way, making the Wolverine game. It says that this campaign is entirely locked to the city of Kelowna, which is a fucking colossal L, by the way. And this was pretty much confirmed the other day. I'll play this clip that I saw, but it's basically going to be like God of War 2018, Ragnarok, Gears of War 5.
I think Gears of War's campaign right now, and it's doing something that I really didn't see coming, and it's the fact that it's basically a semi-open world game like God of War. Like, there's a whole map of a city of Kelowna that you can explore, and they handled this in such a way that I really didn't see coming. Let me explain it to you. Because obviously this is Gears of War, so you have all your linear missions with the set pieces, just like the old games. Don't think that those things are going away. But once you finish some of these linear set pieces, you get put back in the map of Kelowna, and over there you have your main objective, but you can also deter from it and do side objectives. Like, it's the fact that you're gonna be going through this city multiple times through the story, and as you progress through the story, it's gonna get more and more and more destroyed.
Well, see, there's your problem. Another one of these coalition meat writers just refuses to criticize anything about the game and admit that, I don't like this. I feel like with them making the game EDay, this is a huge missed opportunity considering the fact that this is the first time that humans have ever interacted with the Locust ever. They have no idea what's going on. It would be cool to see people just like walking around doing their regular shit. And I saw somebody else say this in a video too a while back, but it's such a good point. Like, if you saw kids at the park just like playing basketball or whatever, and then out of nowhere an e-hole emerges and then locusts start pouring out of it, like, that would be cool as fuck. It would make it seem like so much more realistic and you would really grasp the impact of what's going on. But no, thankfully, guys, the coalition knows what they're doing. Trust me. They made two really good games before this. We have to just throw our money at them and trust fully that they know exactly how to make a good game. And just look at some of these comments on Twitter. One of the best campaign trailers I've ever seen. Cinematic. And then the replies, fucking epic. They cooked. Felt like a movie trailer. Like, bro, what? Are we living in the same universe or no? Like, next time just tweet Gears of War 4 was my first video game ever. Some of these guys wouldn't know a good game if it beat them to death. And the Wolverine game that comes out in a couple weeks is getting the same exact kind of backlash. And rightfully so, it's the same kind of bullshit we've been seeing. The most egregious example is Mystique saving him from a bunch of guys with guns, as if that's ever been a problem for Wolverine. He's literally letting them put in an anti-mutant collar on him. And then of course, Mystique appears and saves the day. It's almost like they were in the writer's room and they were like, how can we make this guy look like the biggest bitch imaginable? You know it's bad when the Lego version of Wolverine looks better than this one? Like, the PS5 version literally looks like he's sitting there like, hey bub. Bro, like, why do they keep pretending to not know their audience? And I'm not going to keep going on about this Wolverine game. If you're on the internet, you've heard all this already, but it does beg the question, like, how do we fix this? Again, I think that we just stop buying the games. Some people are like, oh, the layoffs are going to be awesome to see after this game comes out. Like, dude, layoffs in this case are just not going to cut it. These studios are cooked, bro. They have HR breathing over their fucking shoulder every time they make a game. I've seen this from former Halo devs on Twitter and shit too. You can't just get an idea across. It's got to go through 8 different layers of management. It's like unironically Office Space in real life. I guess the biggest thing that sucks about all this is that the studios that have the budget to make good games just seem to be misusing it in every way possible. They hire the wrong people, they write the wrong stories, and they end up spending $300 million on a game just for it to suck balls. And that's not to say there's no good good indie games that ever come out. And to some extent, you have to realize that your average ball and gun gamer is not going to be buying indie games. If you've made it to the end of this video, you're probably like me. You're chronically online, you play video games a lot, and you've slowly watched this industry just self-implode. Obviously, as someone who plays games a lot, it sucks to see in a certain way, but in another way, it's totally necessary. There is no revamping these studios or cleaning house. Dude, the culture is still what the culture is. And so, yeah, my answer to this at the very least is to stop pre-ordering these games. At least wait for somebody that actually paid for the game with their own money. Because just like the clip I showed you, these guys are getting the game for free. You have to realize that when people get early access to these games or they get them for free, they're not going to criticize them at all. They'll never give you their actual opinion on it or if they like it or not. And if they do, it's all going to be positive no matter what. So do yourself a favor and do everybody else a favor and wait maybe a week before you buy these games. And if you made it this far, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.